Hi, boys and girls. Welcome to your next writing lesson. My name is Mrs. Wade, and today I have a question for you. Have you ever opened your drawer to find the perfect shirt or the perfect pair of pants and found this? Or on the contrary, have you ever opened your drawer looking for the perfect shirt or the perfect pair of pants and found this? Which drawer or drawers do you think would be the easiest to find the perfect shirt or the perfect pair of pants? Yes, that's what I'm going with too. That first video, it would be way easier to find what you were looking for in there. The second video, oh my, everything's just everywhere and there's no organization whatsoever. It would be so difficult to find what you were looking for. And that is exactly how our writing should be. Our writing should be like that first video, where everything's organized and we can find it easily to help keep us stay on topic and to keep our reader entertained so that they don't get confused by our writing because our writing is nice and organized. So today, that's what we're going to be working on. Today, we're going to be working with something completely new. So you should have your nice, colorful sport, Foursquare brainstorm boards, your holiday brainstorm board, and your best summer activity brainstorm board. We're going to go ahead and skip down through all of that and make sure you date your new journal entry with the month, the day, and the year. And we have a writing prompt today, and it says, write an essay describing your favorite restaurant. Remember to include the name of the restaurant and why it is your favorite. Earlier, I showed you those videos of the drawers, one being organized and one not being organized. And I said that's how our writing should be. Our writing should be organized. So what we're going to do with our writing prompt, instead of just starting in on a paper or an essay about our favorite restaurant, we are going to take the time to create a plan. It is very important that every time you write, you create a plan. It helps us to stay organized, it helps us to stay on topic, and it lets our reader understand what we're trying to say. So as you can see here, we have our writing prompt. And notice this word favorite again. Okay, so favorite should be an indicator that we are going to be writing an opinion piece. That means it doesn't matter what restaurant you choose to write about, you're not going to be wrong as long as you include the name of the restaurant and why it's your favorite. Just like we talked about the previous days, if you don't have a favorite restaurant, you're going to have to pick one and pretend it's your favorite. Maybe one that you know a lot about or one that you like a lot of things about. So the first thing we need to do is we need to dissect our writing prompt and really figure out what it is we're being asked to write about. So it says, write an essay describing your favorite restaurant. So what are we supposed to write about? Our favorite restaurant. And we're going to call that our topic. So I'm going to hit enter here a few times so that I go down to a new line, and I'm going to write the word topic equals, and then I'm going to write favorite restaurant. Now we have our topic, and we know what we're supposed to be writing about. So for the sake of an example, I'm going to choose the restaurant McDonald's. McDonald's isn't really my favorite restaurant, but I assume you know a lot about it, and I know that I know a lot about McDonald's as well. So that's why we're choosing to write about McDonald's for this lesson. Unfortunately, even if McDonald's is your favorite restaurant, you're going to have to choose a different one because this is our sample. On your assignment today, you are going to do the same thing. You're going to write topic equals favorite restaurant, and then in parentheses, you're going to put whatever restaurant you're going to be writing about. Then we're going to hit enter again. Now this time, instead of having a 2x2 board like we have the past couple of days, we want a 2x3 board. So we want 3 boxes going down and 2 going across. So we just want a few more boxes. It'll give us 6 boxes, not just 4. So to insert that table, we're going to go up here to our toolbar and click on the button that says Insert. Then we're going to hover over Table until it pulls up our options here. We're going to go down 3 and to the right 2. And you can see it says 2x3 right there. When I click, it will automatically put it into my digital journal. So now that we have our topic and we have picked our favorite restaurant, so we know what we're going to be writing about, we're going to come up with 3 big ideas. And we're going to put those 3 big ideas into these 3 boxes here on the left. Now, these big ideas are going to inform my reader about the reasons why I think McDonald's is my favorite restaurant. What would be a good reason that McDonald's is my favorite restaurant? One thing you may have come up with is their hamburgers. Delicious, right? Except, is a hamburger a big idea? Not exactly. A hamburger is more of a detail. It's a part of something bigger. So if we were talking about hamburgers and maybe even French fries, what kind of category would those two fall under? If you said food, great job. So our first big topic or big idea that we're going to write about is food. And I'm going to type that in there. And I'm not going to mention hamburgers quite yet. We're going to come up with the other three big ideas that we have as to why we like McDonald's. So what's another big idea? Why else might I like McDonald's? Ooh, I really like their McFlurries. McDonald's McFlurries are just delicious, especially the M&M ones. But is a McFlurry a big idea? What is a McFlurry? A McFlurry is dessert, right? So instead of saying as a big idea a McFlurry, we could just say dessert, and then that might encompass a lot more than just a McFlurry, and we'll be able to add the McFlurry as part of our details. So we're going to add dessert here for our next big idea. Then we still need one more big idea to write about for McDonald's. Another thing I really like about McDonald's is their service. Oop, I need to go down to the next box. There we go. Is their service. Now we have three big ideas about why McDonald's is our favorite restaurant. We like their food, the dessert, and their service. And we wanted to make sure that we get all of our big ideas first because we don't want to overlap anything or repeat anything. Do you feel like these three things are related to McDonald's or related to my topic? Does McDonald's serve food? Do they serve dessert? And do they tend to have good service? Yes, yes, and yes. So I know that I'm staying on topic by using my big ideas board. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add interesting details, which is going to tell our readers more about the big ideas. Just like we did yesterday, we're only going to write either words or short phrases, and we're not going to be writing complete sentences because this is just a plan. We're not actually writing out our paper quite yet. So let's come up with words or short phrases that have to do with food. We'll start with that one first because it's listed first. Some questions that you can ask yourself to help you come up with these details is why, how, and who might care about your big ideas that you've come up with. For example, who cares that McDonald's grills their hamburgers? I mean, if I order a hamburger, they're going to throw it on the grill, they're going to make it right then, and I'm going to get my food nice and fresh. I know that my mother always felt better about feeding her children patties that are grilled fresh, as opposed to maybe hamburgers that have just been sitting in the back under a heater, staying warm until you order them. That might be a good detail to add when we're writing our paragraph. So as we mentioned before, we really like the hamburgers. But what's actually special about their hamburgers? What I'm going to do is I'm going to add even more details about hamburgers down below. So I'm going to hit enter, and then I'm going to hit a bullet point. So it says up here in your toolbar, you can see there's 3 dots with 3 lines coming after them. If I just click that, it'll come up with a bullet point. And then I'm going to write, what is so special about their hamburgers? Well, we talked about how they grill their patties, right? And we also talked about how moms love fresh taste. So we mentioned hamburgers earlier, and we said, well, hamburger is a food, so we should probably say that food is a big idea. But I think McDonald's has more delicious food than just hamburgers. So what other types of delicious food does McDonald's serve? Well, I don't know about you, but I love their French fries. So I'm going to hit enter, and it's going to pull down another bullet point. But I'm just going to hit enter again, and it'll slide back over to the left side. Then I am going to write French fries, because French fries at McDonald's are delicious. And then just like we did with the hamburgers, we're going to explain a little bit why they're so delicious. So we hit enter again, and put another bullet point in here. And I like the fact that they're crispy on the outside and they're soft on the inside. So now we already have 2 different types of food at McDonald's that we have talked about, that we mention and love. Is there more food at McDonald's? Absolutely. Should we write about more? Probably not. We're just going to stick with the 2 that we find to be our absolute favorite, because we don't want to overwhelm people and write about everything that they have on their menu. That's just a little crazy. If we just listed all the foods at McDonald's, then it's just a list of foods and no one's actually learning anything about it. But since we have hamburgers, we can talk about how they grill their patties and how moms love fresh taste. And we can talk about the French fries being crispy on the outside and soft on the inside. You can go into even more details with that over your big idea here about food, instead of just listing a bunch of food. We have hamburgers and French fries, and thus that's enough. We're going to go ahead and move on to dessert. So now we need to come up with some reasons why we love McDonald's desserts. Now, the reason I said I love their desserts is because of their McFlurries. So I'm going to go ahead and write that. And then I'm going to hit enter. And just like we did with the hamburgers and the French fries, we're going to add a bullet point so that we can go into more detail about why their McFlurries are delicious. Well, I think they're delicious because they're so creamy. And they have, I personally like the M&M ones. So they have M&M candies. I know they have Oreo ones too. Maybe you like the Oreo ones, but I prefer the M&M candies. And honestly, it keeps you cool in the summer. So I'm going to say that too. And I think that's some pretty good reasons why McFlurries are a delicious dessert at McDonald's, my favorite restaurant. Not really, but that's okay. Then our last thing we need to go to is our last big idea. And I said my last big idea as to why McDonald's is my favorite restaurant is because of their service. So one thing I love about their service is that they are so speedy. So I'm going to write speedy and make my bullet point to explain why I think having speedy service is a good thing. Well, if I'm running late for something, I'm not going to be late because I don't have to wait for my food. So not late. And then there's no waiting. And that means if there's no waiting, then I can enjoy my food more quickly. So I can enjoy more quickly. Notice that I'm not writing complete sentences, but I'm just writing short words or phrases that help me know what I'm going to be writing about when it comes time to actually write my essay. Those are some reasons why I think they have speedy service. But the other thing I like about their service is that I think it's very friendly. So I'm going to write friendly and make another bullet point here. And I like the fact that they have friendly service because it helps me feel welcome. So they're very welcoming. So I'm going to go ahead and write that as well. And I think having 2 reasons why the service at McDonald's is so good is good enough to be able to write a paragraph about it. So then we're done. Check it out. Look at all this that we have here. We have our topic, favorite restaurant is McDonald's, and then we have our 3 big ideas. The food at McDonald's is delicious, the dessert at McDonald's is delicious, and the service at McDonald's is superb. Then we go into more details about why their food is so delicious, and we go into more details about why the dessert is so delicious and why their service is so good. So this would be an easy way to write an essay about our favorite restaurant, McDonald's. We can have 1 paragraph about food, we can have a paragraph about dessert, and we can have a paragraph about service. So this is going to help you if you do this before you're asked to write about an essay or a prompt. Now today for your assignment, this is all you're doing. You are creating this 3x2 or 2x3 board, and you're going to have 3 big ideas on the left side with details explaining why those big ideas lead to your favorite restaurant, and make sure you have your topic equals favorite restaurant and then the name of your favorite restaurant that you're going to choose to write about. Now remember, if you don't have a favorite restaurant or McDonald's is your favorite, unfortunately, you're going to have to choose a different favorite because you cannot repeat McDonald's and you cannot get out of the writing assignment. So this is what you are doing for today, and this is what your teacher should see on your digital journal. Good luck and enjoy writing. Hope you don't get too hungry.